This is an elderly gentleman who presented to us with a clinical picture of phacolytic glaucoma. His pressure was in the high 60s, and after starting him on anti-glaucoma medication and steroids, we then proceeded to take him up for surgery as an emergency. So here's how the surgery has panned out. So initially, I am putting in my 2.8 millimeter keratome incision. The whole AC is filled with cortical fluid, and you can hardly see any of the details within the anterior chamber. After my initial incision, I make two side port incisions on either side of the main incision. And then I wash out the fluid cortex and the exudates from the anterior chamber. I then go ahead and stain the anterior capsule with trypan blue. And under HPMC, I initiate my rhexis with the bent 26 gauge needle as a cystitome. Since there was an egress of fluid, I could not see, and I washed off the slight excess fluid from the chamber, and I put in some HPMC, fill the chamber with HPMC, and watch the way I am doing the rhexis. You have to do the rhexis a bit fast, otherwise you will lose sight of the flap. So before the fluid cortex comes in and blocks my view, I am completing my rhexis. And there you have the complete rhexis. Since it appears a bit large, and I know in a phacolytic case the zonules aren't that great, so I go ahead and scallop the border of this rhexis using my micro scissors to make a nick, very difficult to see. And then I take my micro forceps and go ahead and scallop that area. And I've got almost an extra millimeter, and that should be enough. Then taking two Sinskey hooks, I never like to phaco within the capsular bag in these cases because I do not know the state of the zonules. So I use my famous pickup technique and bring out the nucleus supracapsularly. I then sandwich the same nucleus between with HPMC. So I place HPMC both above and below the nucleus, and look what I am going to do here. I am going to place a hydrophilic lens under the nucleus and within the sulcus. Now this IOL will act as a scaffold, and it will protect from the nucleus from sinking, as well as it will protect the capsule from getting entangled into my phaco probe. Make sure that your nucleus is not touching the endothelium, and push it down onto the scaffold. You can push it right down. And since I'm doing this supracapsularly, it's not a good idea to do chopping maneuvers within the anterior chamber, and so I am going to go ahead and eat away this nucleus en bloc. But I am taking care to phaco fully only within the nucleus, and I am also facing my phaco probe. The tip is always faced downwards, and I am pushing the nucleus down supracapsularly almost to the iris plane, except when it comes up I just go and take it down again and keep phacoing it. And you can see this is completely unedited. You can see how fast that was. So once done, I go ahead, put in some HPMC. The superior haptic is over the iris, if you can notice. I'll have to take that and place it within the sulcus. And there you have it. These hydrophilic lenses are very, very well tolerated in the sulcus. After this, I just go ahead and aspirate the HPMC and all the loose cortex and the fluid cortex, as well as few of the exudates that are lying around. I do a thorough wash and then put in some triamcinolone for a few seconds before washing it off. I believe this few particles which are left won't cause any complication and will help in the reaction. These eyes react quite badly post-operatively, so this is a good idea. I conclude by injecting my intracameral and hydrating the wounds. Thank you for watching this video.